kidnap someone who couldn't afford the ransom. Poison. Why get fancy with polonium when you could shoot the target in the head?
I hear people are irrational.
People do inexplicable things.
Why?
Science.
So this is just a theory.
Gravity was just a theory at one point.
The Irrational, next Monday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
BG Home Furnishings is proud to be the official furniture supplier of WKU Athletics. Come on.
We love to support our Tops and our Tops fans.
Welcome to News 40 at 10. I'm Chris Allen. A look at the radar satellite. Nothing going on out there this evening. Everything is pretty clear, and I think will stay that way for the rest of the evening and tomorrow as well. It's after that we do look for shower chances to come in. Temperatures right now mostly in the 60s across all of southern Kentucky. We're at a deficit of rainfall, so we need some rain to come in. I'll take a look at rain chances and the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. Our top story tonight, crews are working on State Street to demolish the historic building that caught fire more than 2 months ago. The former Royal Music Company building is finally coming down after sitting damaged and vacant since catching fire in July. The historic building is currently home to the Carrick Batcher law firm and Senator Rand Paul's Bowling Green office. City officials say they are working to keep everyone safe from any debris as the investigation into that fire continues.
Our main goal is to make sure that the building does not sit here for an extended period of time in this condition. Number one, just as being an eyesore, but number two, for all the different hazards that come with this. So we have to temper both the investigation, but expeditiously getting it torn down in order to reopen everything. In order to get it right, we have to allow enough time for the demolition contractor to do what they need to do.
Crews hope to be finished with a portion of the demolition by the end of the week. Well, the family of World War II veteran Private Frank Brooks will gain a little closure this weekend when their relative finally makes his way home. News 40's Noah Fairber was in Edmonson County today and has the story.
An Edmonson County veteran is set to return home to be laid to rest this weekend.
Uncle Frank came from a large family, 11 brothers and sisters. 3 of the brothers also served in World War II. And fortunately, all of them returned, and an older brother had served in the Navy prior to the war.
Private Frank Brooks was killed during World War II, and his family wasn't sure if they would see him come home.
In 2014, he had one sibling still living, my Aunt Eula, and she provided a DNA sample which we submitted to the military authorities. And subsequent to that, they took the DNA sample with other evidence that they thought was enough to make an identification, and his remains were disinterred from the grave in 2018.
Private Brooks will return to Brownsville on Thursday night after being flown in to Louisville. He will be taken to the Edmonson County schools on Friday so students can learn about his history.
We're going to go to the local high school and with his remains and explain to the students his history, what has happened, so that they can participate in this and appreciate what had happened.
The family is at peace, knowing their relative can be with his parents forever.
We're looking forward to Uncle Frank coming home. It's going to be a nice homecoming. The family has kept his memory alive through all this time. We rarely have any kind of gathering that his name doesn't come up. So it's really going to be great to experience this.
In Edmonson County, because local veterans matter, Noah Fairber, WNKY, News 40.
All right, Noah. People across the Commonwealth are remembering former Governor Brereton Jones today as he lies in state at the Capitol Rotunda. Governor Andy Beshear was there along with many others to pay their respects at a visitation this afternoon. Jones was the 58th governor of Kentucky. He served from 91 to 95. On social media, Governor Beshear is asking for prayers for the family of the former governor.
Governor Jones was he's a really neat guy to get to know, to get to talk to. Very smart, but also very down to earth.
A funeral service will be held tomorrow in Midway with a private burial to follow. Jones was 84 years old. Well, more local news now. Life is full of ups and downs, but sometimes all you need is just one person to stick by your side to make a change. News 40's Michael Ridgway brings us a story of hardship and perseverance.
Believing in yourself is good, but belief from others can really make a difference.
I couldn't get out. She's always there. Her and her family. I just thank her for that, you know.
In Sean's case, he's been addicted to drugs since he was 21, but he met someone who was on his side every day, starting 3 years ago.
We've gone to rehab before. That didn't work out, and we worked through that. I fed Sean a lot of nights that he was hungry and would not have had food otherwise. We have had some really hard talks and really good talks. I've seen him at his worst, now get to see him at his best.
Sean and Mary used to meet here often at the Episcopal Church, where he would sometimes sleep, not far from the woods he called home.
A month and a half ago, I was living right there, sleeping right there, smoking right there. Now a month from now, I'm right here, and I'm praising God, and I'm praising her, and I'm putting her in everything part of my life.
But a month later and staying at Mark, he's doing well for himself.
I've been there a month and a half almost. I'm an MT, getting ready to go to phase 1 soon. It's a lot of God working in there, you know, got a good godly men in there. A lot of men that was going through the same thing that I've been going through, just with different, you know, different movie scenes. That's all the difference is, but we're all the same. We all got the same addiction, just totally different people.
When it comes to drug addiction, homelessness, or any other persistent problem, the key is consistency. And Sean says to never give up and set your mind to making a change.
Tomorrow's always tomorrow. So you have to do it right then at that point in time, because if you don't, the addiction will take you to another place where tomorrow's always going to be tomorrow. I would just advise them to pray a lot, and to get and call somebody, call something, call some center, you know, that can help. Because there's a lot of people, good people out there that will help you and bring you back to life, and God will take the rest of it, and He will work with you, and it's just amazing.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY, News 40.
In a bit, but at first I want to check back in with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, pretty pleasant out there.
Yes, very nice this evening after a high today in the 80s once again. It was very warm and toasty. 87 was our high today, 7 degrees above the normal of 80. 63 was our low this morning, 56 where we normally should be for this time of the year. And tonight we're going to get down to about 60, 59, 58 maybe in some of the outlying areas under a mainly clear sky. But what we're looking for more than anything else right now is a good chance of rain. I'll talk about our chances going up here in the next couple of days, coming up with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. But right now, let's get a preview of sports. Here's Maxwell.
Thank you, Chris. There's plenty going on here on Monday night. One former Hilltopper got to see some action at the quarterback position in the NFL this weekend. Find out who in just a bit. Plus, plenty of high school boys soccer matches were happening in our area tonight. That's all coming up in sports. Morgan.
All right, Maxwell, thank you very much. Well, a unique program for seniors is bringing lots of smiles to the classroom. News 40's Corinna Shadowan got the opportunity to spend time with senior volunteers in the classroom through the Foster Grandparent Program. Take a look.
Community Action of Southern Kentucky is connecting senior volunteers with students in nonprofit child care settings through the Foster Grandparents Program. But what do these grandparents do that makes such an impact on the students' lives?
They're able to nurture and mentor students who may have special or exceptional needs, who may need some social development or language development, or just need a few extra hugs.
The presence of a foster grandparent in the classroom helps students improve with the interaction, support, and wisdom that grandparents bring.
Grandpa brings a lot of help and assistance in the classroom. The kids treat him like a grandpa. When they are in trouble, they run to Grandpa. When they need help, they run to Grandpa. And if they need extra cuddles, they go to Grandpa. He is a real deal grandpa.
Grandparents assist not only in the lives of the students, but teachers as well, serving the needs of the classroom and participating in everyday activities.
We may not see something that Grandpa sees. So Grandpa is like, hey, this don't look right, and we're able to tap into it. So he's just like an extra pair of eyes that can just assist us with making sure that we're meeting everybody's needs in the classroom.
The foster grandparent program is rewarding for the students and teachers, and the grandparents who find joy in their daily activities with their grandchildren.
It makes me feel good. It gives me something to look forward to. I love it, and I enjoy being in it, and it gives me something to live, like sometimes if you feel down and out, you come here and you be with the kids, and they just lift you up.
In South Central Kentucky, because local matters, Corinna Shadowan, WNKY News 40.
Well, people in Edmonton are gearing up for their annual Pumpkin Festival this weekend. The Chamber of Commerce is hoping that the festival will finally return to pre-pandemic levels this year. The event is a way for many people to come home to Metcalfe County and reconnect with their community while enjoying some fun activities.
We have a car show. A lot of antique cars or hot rod cars, any kind of cars, those are in. That's always been a big thing. We do a 5K run at the Pumpkin Festival, and then there's always a kids costume contest.
The festival kicks off Saturday with a kids costume parade. And now for a little taste of Texas right here in South Central Kentucky. A young Metcalfe County bull rider is preparing to compete in the World Championship Miniature Bull Riding World Finals in Mesquite, Texas in October. Reporter Tucker Covey rode out to learn more.
Connor Jesse has been bull riding most of his life and is now being given an opportunity to take his passion to a big competition in Texas next month.
When I was younger, I just got on some sheep and stuff and got on some calves around the farm. And then when I was 14, I got the opportunity to get on a bull down in my hometown, so I took it and had my mom sign a couple of waivers and whatnot. And then I just met everybody there and just started from there.
Reserved, Jesse is simply excited to be to this point in his bull riding career. A recent high school graduate, he is trying to stay level-headed about this new opportunity.
It feels good, but it's just another thing, you just keep on going one at a time. So it's just a great opportunity, I guess.
Part of Jesse's life for years, Sharon Yoder is responsible for tying the ropes on the bulls and managing the chute at rodeos. She has seen many riders come and go, but thinks Connor is different.
He was just starting to ride bulls when I first met Connor, and he got a really bad injury that year, so he was out for a few months. He ended up breaking his leg. Most people, when they do that, they're done. They have no passion for coming back to it, but Connor did.
The sport has been growing in popularity in the Southeast. The community here in Kentucky is tight-knit, and with the inclusion of more regulatory bodies, the sport has become more accessible for younger riders.
It's grown tremendously, and a lot of that is because of the WCMB. They're trying to get kids started from the age of 5 to, your teenage years. And that's what we really need is stuff like that to get the younger kids excited about it and into it and wanting to do it and teaching them from a younger age.
In Metcalfe County, because local matters, Tucker Covey, WNKY News 40.
Still to come on News 40 at 10, a tentative deal has been made in Hollywood. Could this signal the end of the writer's strike? The latest details in just a bit, but first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back with a full look at our forecast. That's coming up next.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here.
You're going to bless people every day.
Something hits you in your heart. We're doing it all.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. Find out how you can raise money for a great cause in our upcoming Sunrise Spotlight, plus discover what the Pie Queen of Bowling Green has cooking up in this week's Pie Queen's Pantry. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
The Warren County Public Library presents New York Times bestselling author J.A. Jance, Wednesday, September 27th at the Nicely Conference Center. Join us as Jance discusses her latest novel, Blessing of the Lost Girls, a Brady and Walker novel. Free tickets are available at warrenpl.org.
Life is a series of timely decisions. Will you be ready? Pathways Senior Care Advisors are here to help you navigate the right path. Call Pathways Senior Care Advisors Mary Coron and Stacy Carter for your free consultation at 270-901-1878 or visit pathwayssca.com. Better informed, better choices.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is unthinkable. I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric. WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, we really started this work week on a warm note.
Yeah, very, very warm and toasty, kind of leftovers from the end of summer, even though we're officially into fall. What we're looking for right now, though, is rain.
Yes.
We could really use some rain. And it keeps getting put off and keeps, it's almost like kicking the can down the street, so to speak, as we keep pushing these rain chances way on down the road. And they're finally going to come around by the middle of the week, but until then, we're suffering just a bit. The last time that we had measurable rainfall in Bowling Green, officially at the airport, was on the 6th of September, and that's when we picked up just over 1/3 of an inch of rain officially. Now, so far, the September deficit is over 2 1/3 inches, or almost 2.4, but our year-to-date deficit is 3 almost 3/4 inches. So you can tell just by looking at these numbers that much of the deficit in our year-to-date deficit has come from this month of September, and that's because of the lack of rain. And that starts a whole nother problem. Burning anything outdoors, and I know a lot of you this time of the year really want to do some weed burning, yard burning, and all that kind of stuff, but really, until we get some rain in here, just avoid that. There are no burn bans in effect, but it wouldn't surprise me if something does go into effect locally here in southern Kentucky. Controlled burns must be reported if you're doing those, and then only burn between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. during the nighttime, and at least 150 feet away from wooded areas. And please have a way to extinguish the fire if you're going to do that. But if it were me and I had some brush to burn or anything like that, I would just put it off until we get some measurable rainfall in here, and then everything will be much better for that. 68, the current temperature now in Bowling Green at the airport, humidity 73%, dew point at 59, so it feels okay out there this evening. As we look at the next 40 hours, we start this evening with just a few high clouds around the area, low pressure system that's sitting over Illinois at this hour. By 11:30 noontime tomorrow, it will start to break out some scattered showers just north of us, and some of those may try to reach our area by tomorrow evening, although I'm going to keep the chance pretty low at the moment until we get this warm front and the next area of low pressure out west moving in, and then our rain chances will start to go up as we head into Wednesday afternoon and evening. Pretty good coverage of showers and thunderstorms by Wednesday afternoon. Some of those could be some heavy downpours, and even some thunder and lightning, although we're not really calling for anything severe. All we need right now is just a good rainfall, and it does look like that rainfall on Wednesday will carry over into Thursday. In fact, I've increased the chance of rain to 60% on Thursday. And then after that, we cool things down just a tad as we head into the weekend, but then we go right back up into the low 80s for the rest of the weekend and into the beginning of next week. So finally, we do see some rain chances coming our direction. More News 40 at 10 right after this.
Well, my dad and I started Blankenship & Sons Pest Control in 1975. We came to the family farm here and decided we'd open our own business here.
I was the only one working in it for a while, but it expanded real fast.
In 2000, we purchased Guarantee Pest Control, and we operate both companies exactly the same training, same everything. What we like to do is use traditional values and mix them with new technologies to come to the best possible outcome.
We live the bug life. You can bug us anytime.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
Time to turn talk into action. Step 1, fire up your BetMGM Sportsbook. Step 2, make your pick. And step 3, showtime. Now that hunch has some weight to it. Every play, every game means something more. Because now, you're betting with the king of sportsbooks.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here. Everybody put your hands together. I gotta talk to you now.
I left work to come.
You left work? They gonna see you. He's with me today. We're lighting up daytime, baby.
And you're gonna bless people every single day.
We're giving back, lifting each other up. Something hits you in your heart. We're doing it all. Yeah! Mama Hood, coming to the rescue.
Weekdays at 2 on WNKY, NBC 40.
Ford is halting production on its new $3.5 billion electric vehicle battery plant in southern Michigan. The company is pausing work and limiting spending on construction until it says it is confident the plant will be competitive. Ford, GM, and Stellantis are still in the middle of a contract dispute and strike with the United Auto Workers. Last February, Ford announced if the plant is completed, it could employ 2,500 people, with production beginning in 2026. In a statement posted on social media, the UAW president calls the decision to halt production a shameful and barely veiled threat by Ford to cut jobs. Now to Hollywood, where after 146 days of walking the picket lines, writers are expected to ratify this deal in the coming weeks. But with the actors still on strike, there's still no Hollywood ending.
Picket signs are coming down, but don't expect the curtain to rise anytime soon for your favorite shows. While the writers have reached a deal, it still must be ratified by the Guild's 11,000 members, and more than 160,000 actors are still without a contract. The WGA calls its 3-year deal exceptional. It includes concessions on royalty payments for streaming and protecting writers from being replaced by AI, two of the main sticking points of a strike that has cost the industry more than $5 billion. The first shows forced off the air, late-night talk shows, will likely be the first programs to return, perhaps as early as next week.
What do we want?
The writers and actors' walkouts have shown strong solidarity, notably in the many job actions seen in this summer of strikes.
What does this mean for everyone else?
We are in a labor moment. We had dual Hollywood strikes for the first time in 63 years. We have the auto workers out. We almost had UPS out. Workers, even non-unionized workers, are sick and tired and have found a straw that broke their back in terms of income inequality in this country.
It was only last week that studio heads were brought in to try to end the strike that lasted nearly 5 months.
Are you surprised that it took this long?
It really is a dereliction of duty. The studio heads sat on their yachts, they went to billionaire summer camps, and they allowed working people to go without jobs, to walk on the picket line, and to wonder how they were going to put food on the table. That's outrageous.
With the ongoing actor strike, your favorite shows may not return until next year, and there still could be more trouble ahead. Labor actions for other industry jobs are looming. Elise Preston, CBS News, Burbank, California.
Well, stay with us. News 40's Maxwell Trink is in with a look at sports next.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Hey y'all, it's Bree with the Pie Queen's Pantry. Don't miss this week's episode. We're making my favorite decadent pecan bars. See you this week on the Pie Queen's Pantry.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book?
Covenant Books is an author-friendly publisher who shares your passion and beliefs. Call us today and we'll send you a free author packet to help get you started. We provide a full range of publishing services.
Covenant sells your book and ebook online and in bookstores everywhere. Our authors love us. Just look.
Be like these authors and get your book published today.
To get your free writer's guide, call now.
1-855-900-3971.
Hey, Western Kentucky, we've got a look at the last Titans game, a preview of the next Titans game on the Mike Vrabel Show presented by SeatGeek. Come hang out with us.
Watch the Coach Mike Vrabel Show Sunday mornings on WNKY CBS 40.
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters.
Big Red, welcome to WNKY. Are you ready to take over the studio? Tune in for Topper Tuesday on News 40 Sunrise. We'll sit down with athletes and staff to talk all things WKU every week on News 40 Sunrise.
The competition is on.
This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
Welcome into sports. Boys soccer was in full swing tonight. The Greenwood Gators played host to the 2-loss Franklin Simpson Wildcats. While Franklin Simpson scored first, it was the Gators who chopped past the Wildcats in the Swamp. The final score was 6-3. The Gators' final regular season game is this Thursday on the road at Ohio County. And the Warren East Raiders were also in action. They hosted the Monroe County Falcons. The Raiders started the scoring fast early on, and they did not take their foot off the gas, beating the Falcons 10-0. Their final regular season match of the season is Saturday when they visit Barron County. WKU Soccer was in action yesterday afternoon, visiting new Conference USA foe Jacksonville State. The match finished at a tie, 1-1, moving the Tops record to an overall 2-2-6. The lone goal for WKU was netted by Katie Irwin before Jacksonville State tied it up with 1 minute to play. The team will be back in action on Friday, hosting FIU. WKU volleyball started conference play with a win over UTEP. The number 25 ranked Tops were dominant with a huge game from right side hitter Kennedy Coyle. Coyle had a career high 18 kills in the match, earning CUSA Player of the Week. Offensively, the Tops have the week off before visiting Liberty on October 3rd, continuing conference play. And WKU football dropped their second straight game over the weekend. The Tops fell to Troy in Alabama, 27-24. WKU found themselves down late in the fourth quarter, but Austin Reed found Louisville native Easton Messer in the end zone. Messer finished the afternoon with 6 catches for 96 yards and, of course, the score. Here's what offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead had to say about Messer in the offense.
Utility guy. I think of a guy that can play outside receiver, inside receiver, do a lot of different things for you. Has really come on, has not played a lot of football around here in the past, but in the past 4 games really come on and done some really, really good things. So the comfortability with him and Austin getting on the same page, I think, is getting there, and just having him as a viable option you could throw in there at all 4 receiver positions has been really good.
The Jeff Brom era in Louisville has started out with a boom. The Cards are now 4-0 on the season, beating Boston College in their several conference games. Final score of that one was 56-28. Jack Plummer led the way for the Cards offense, throwing for 388 yards, 5 touchdowns. Louisville is set to hit the road visiting NC State before the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame come to town on October 7th. Then the Kentucky Wildcats opened SEC play in Nashville against the Vanderbilt Commodores this weekend. Quarterback Devin Leary and running back Ray Davis combined for 3 touchdowns on the day, and defensive back Maxwell Harrison, nice for his name, he had 2 pick sixes for the Wildcats. Kentucky defeated the Commodores 45-28. They will take on the Florida Gators this Saturday at Kroger Field at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The Tennessee Titans fell to the Cleveland Browns on Sunday afternoon. Team had a total of 94 yards on offense. There were only 8 points coming from a Nick Folk field goal. Following the loss, Titans safety Amani Hooker spoke on the team's mindset after falling to 1-2 on the year.
I mean, guys obviously are, upset that we lost. I mean, that was a game that going into we felt like, we had a chance to win. We had a good game plan. But guys, guys are excited too. It's not the end of the world. It's about to be week 4. We got the Bengals this week. Guys are, excited for the challenge that we have, and they're ready to get to work.
And finally, former WKU quarterback Mike White was able to get in on the Miami Dolphins' blowout win over the Denver Broncos on Sunday in the 4th quarter. White entered the game to replace starting quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, and he joined in the offensive outburst. White launched a 68-yard passing touchdown to wide receiver Robbie Chosen-Anderson for a Dolphins touchdown. The team went on to win 70-20. Over the Broncos. That's a look at sports. We'll be right back after this break.
Buy the sofa, get the love seat half price. That's right. Buy the sofa, get the matching love seat 50% off. United carries a great selection of in-stock stationery, reclining, and yes, even leather sofas and love seats. Buy the sofa, get the love seat half price. Hometown service with a smile for 77 years. Only at United Furniture and Appliance, historic downtown Bowling Green.
United Furniture. Couldn't ask for anything more.
Are your basement walls bowing or cracked? USS is here to help. Cracks along your basement wall are telltale signs moisture is collecting in the soil against your foundation, causing the weakest point of your wall to bow. USS has the support you need with our innovative Invisibeam. It's the strongest carbon fiber strap on the market and the only one ICC certified with a lifetime warranty. Visit uss-ky.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
The Warren County Public Library presents New York Times bestselling author J.A. Jance, Wednesday, September 27th at the Nicely Conference Center. Join us as Jance discusses her latest novel, Blessing of the Lost Girls, a Brady and Walker novel. Free tickets are available at warrenpl.org.
We all want our kids to have a future here in Kentucky. That's why I'm working hard to bring more jobs here. Companies big and small are setting up all over Kentucky, revitalizing communities and creating thousands of good-paying jobs. Over 46,000 more jobs than we had before COVID. Unemployment has never been lower, and we've helped hundreds of businesses launch or expand. This is Kentucky's future. Our economy is on fire. Let's keep it going.
Hey y'all, it's Bree with the Pie Queen's Pantry. Don't miss this week's episode. We're making my favorite decadent pecan bars. See you this week on the Pie Queen's Pantry.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up tomorrow on News 40 Sunrise. Find out how you can raise money for a great cause in our upcoming Sunrise Spotlight, plus discover what the Pie Queen of Bowling Green has cooking up in this week's Pie Queen's Pantry. These stories on News 40 Sunrise.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Welcome back. Well, Chris, hopefully some rain in our future. We really need it.
Yeah, I think more so Wednesday and Thursday are going to be the best 2 days to get some rain in here.
Ooh, not Friday.
Not Friday, that's right. You're good on Friday. That's right, Maxwell. Looking good there, 82. Tomorrow, 86, and then we cool down a little bit with the showers. And then we come right back into the 80s. It looks like those 80-degree temperatures are not leaving us anytime soon.
Yeah, a little bit of on the hot side tomorrow. Short sleeve weather. Toasty. All right. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you at home. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning starting at 6 a.m. Have a great night.